we are recording, so today we're going to do the 1 through 4 and then 7 to 10. So why don't we start off with number 1? And tell me, guys, you can see that, right? The whiteboard?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so it's 3 log base 9 2 minus 2 log base 9 5. Okay, so 3 log base 9 2, little 9.
Hi, Mr. T.
Hey, Melanie. I'm recording, so I'm gonna post this afterwards, okay? So if you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask.
Thank you.
Minus 2
Hey, Mel.
Hi.
base 9 5. Okay. So when we condense things, we want to make it all into one log. Now there was a couple of rules that we learned from logs. One of them is a number in front of the log can be rewritten as an exponent. And this number over here could also be rewritten as an exponent. So I'm going to rewrite this. And maybe I'll just type it first. So let's just do this. Log. Just take some script. Log.
Wait, are we doing the homework together?
Yeah, we're doing the homework.
Okay, cool.
So number 1 is log 2 to the 3rd power. What is 2 to the 3rd power? Anybody here?
9.
No.
Oh, 2 to
3
the
to the 2nd power.
2 to the 3rd?
Is 8, yes. I heard the 8, good. So log base 9, 8. Imagine the base 9 because it's hard to type it out. Minus log 5 to the 2nd power.
10? 25.
5. You did accidentally 5 times 2. So 25. Okay. Now when you have 2 logs that's minus in between each other, you could rewrite it as 1 log divided. So you could rewrite it as log 8 divided by 25. And I'm going to actually write that one out. So this is how your final answer should look like. Log, remember it was base 9, so the base should stay consistent. It doesn't really affect the math itself, but it should stay the same all the way through the end. 8 over 25.
That's the answer.
And I just want to see if it matches what the worksheet said. Oh, they don't even do the math.
Yeah,
So we're doing even a better work. We're doing better work, which is actually doing the numbers itself. But yeah, that is the answer.
I thought you just move it to the top.
You do move it to the top, but then I just actually did the math of it.
Oh, but they
Because
didn't.
they're actual numbers, I expect you to do the actual numbers.
Okay.
If I didn't want you to do that, I would give you variables. Like number 2's variables, that's how I would give it to you if I don't want you to do the write-outs.
Gotcha.
Okay, so let's do the next one. And pointing out, this only works if all the log bases are the same. For this worksheet and for your test, it will always be the same. But I just want to say, you can't do it and mix the logs. So let's do the next one. And I'm just going to type it out because it seems a little bit easier for me to do that. So let's go to the next one, which is log x. Log x plus log y plus 6 log z. And they should have all little 6s, 6 on each log. So again, the first thing we want to do is move anything we can. So I'm going to move this one on top of the z. So this one is just going to look like log z to the 6th power. This has nothing in front, so we can't really change it. This has nothing in front, we can't change it. And because there's a plus sign in between these logs, the subtraction caused division, so plus sign is going to cause multiplication. So my final answer should look like log x, y, z to the 6th power. So z is the only one with the 6th power, though. That's really important. Okay. I just want to check the worksheet. Seems to match. I guess I should put the little 6 right here. Oh. All right. right. Any questions so far? All right, let's go to number 3.
Yeah.
Question? Yeah, Kaplan?
I'm good.
Oh, okay. So number 3, 2 log 5. Let me see if I can reorganize this so I don't. There we go. Can you still see it just fine?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just restart. So number 3 is 2 log little 5x. Again, it's hard to type the little 5. Plus log, or 12 log y, little 5y, base 5y. Okay? Again, we're dealing with numbers in front of our thing, so we got to deal with it by moving them. This 2 is going to go on top of this x. This 12 is going to go on top of this y. So now at this moment, we have log x to the 2nd power plus log y to the 12th power. Again, when we simplify, we want to make it all one log. So we have to combine them all the way until they're just one log. So in this case, because there's a plus sign in between, we could just multiply it. So your final answer is going to be log x to the 2nd power, y to the 12th power. And then I'll just draw in the exponents. 2nd power and 12th power. And that should be our answer for number 3. In the question, they move y in front. The only reason you would move y in front, it doesn't matter. That doesn't change the answer, so you don't have to sweat it. Okay. Let's go to number 4 now. Number 4, we have log base 3, 12, plus log base 3, 7. Oh, log base 3, 7, plus 4 log base 3, 5. Okay. All right, so always first step is to move the exponents up over here. Jeez, over here. So then that's going to be log base 3, 5 to the 4th power. So that's 5 to the 4th power. And then these are just normal so far. So now we can multiply it out. In the question, in the answer sheet, they don't actually multiply it out, but we'll multiply it. So first we can multiply these two. Log 12 times log 7. We could do the math as log 84. Wait, yeah, 84. Plus, and then plus log 5 to the 4. Then remember, plus sign means multiply. So if I were to give this on the test, I would actually want the full number. Again, if I just wanted exponents, I would just give you variables. So let me just find the full numbers with a calculator. So 5 to the 4th power 612, or 625. I guess I could rewrite that as 625. And then we're just going to do 625 times 84. Ooh, that's a big number. So our final answer is log 52,500. Okay. And the reason it looks different from the answer sheet is because I expected to do the numbers all the way out. You will have calculators on this, so it shouldn't be a problem. Okay, that was all expanding. That was all expanding. Does anyone have any questions on expanding? Because the next thing we do is condensing, which is the reverse. But some people find out, or I'm sorry, we did this condensing. Next thing we're going to do is expanding. So some people find the expanding harder because it's kind of hard to think about it.
Wait, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Is this the sheet that's due Thursday?
Yes, this is today's homework. I was told that I'm not allowed to make the same homework due the same day. So now it's due whenever we have our next time class, which is Thursday. That happens.
Oh, okay. And then the test is what?
Test will be next week, Thursday.
Oh, okay.
And you look at the Google Classroom, I like showed you what we're going to do for the next 2 weeks. So
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. All right, so that's one. We just did 1 through 4. So now let's do 7 to 10, right? Okay. So the first one is log base 7 x to the 4th power divided by y to the 2nd power. X to the 4th power, y to the 2nd power. So this one, remember, we just did like 4 condensed. Every time we did the one where it goes in front to the exponent first. The exponent thing in this situation, because we're doing the backwards version, is going to go last. So the first thing we're going to do is separate all our terms, which is the x and the y. So the first thing we're going to rewrite this part as log x to the 4th power minus, because it's division, we do minus, log y to the 2nd power. So the first thing we're doing is separating all our base numbers. Okay?
Mr. Tubble, do you keep the base like log 7?
Yeah, they should all have log 7.
Okay.
Okay? Mathematically, it doesn't change anything if it's log 7 or log a billion, but it's important to keep consistent. I probably would just write log on the test, so you don't have to write it every time. Then, now each term is by itself. So it's just the term, which is x in this case, and the exponent. So now I can move these exponents to the front. So our final answer should be 4 log x, base 7x, minus 2 log base 7y. So that's our final answer for number 7.
Did we do this homework already?
We've done this stuff before, but I don't think we've done this worksheet.
Okay.
Okay. Number 8, we have log base 7, 2 to the 3rd power, divided by 5 to the 2nd power. Now, because they gave it to us as exponents, we're going to treat it as exponents. Usually, we would like to just do the math, but since they gave us 2 exponents, we're going to treat it like exponents. So we're not going to change it into like 8 over 25.
What was the base again?
7 for this one.
Okay.
Also 7. They're both 7, happens to be. And then this is 2. Which, remember, this is kind of the reverse of the, I think, literally number 2 of the homework here, or number 1.
Is this optional?
The Zoom, yes. And I'll post this later on YouTube, Jess.
See ya. I'm kidding.
So log, so first I'm going to separate this. So it's going to be log 2 to the 3rd power minus log, I'm sorry, base 7 also, 5 to the 2nd power. Okay. Now our exponents are, our terms are by ourselves, our exponents are by ourselves. We can move this guy right to the front. Move this guy right to the front. So then we got 3 log 2, base 7, minus 2 log base 7, 5. That should be our answer for number 8. Okay. All right, number 9 is a tricky one. Number 9 is a tricky one because now we're dealing with a cube root. So now we have to recall something from chapter, I think 2 or 3, which is about how we rewrite exponents. I think it was chapter 3. So it's going to be log base 3, z, and then x and y are in a cube root. So I'm going to rewrite that and then draw this. And x and y is in the cube root. And this is base 3. All right. Now, this is kind of confusing because now they're both under the cube root. How do we deal with that? Well, when you have something, both 2 things in the cube root that are being multiplied, you could separate them as separate cube roots. So first I'm going to rewrite this as log z cube root of x times cube root of y. So that's the first thing I'm doing. I'm just going to separate the x and y kind of like that. Now the next thing is we don't know what to do with a cube root. We know what to do with exponents, but we don't know what to do with a cube root. So we have to think, is there a way I could rewrite my cube root as an exponent? And there is a way. From chapter, I believe 3, we talked about how square roots are like fraction exponents. So when you have cube root, that's like x to the 1 power, cube root 3. I can rewrite this as x 1 to the 3rd. So this is going to be x 1 over 3. X to the power of 1 over 3. The same exact thing with y. Y 1 over 3. Just a refresher, if we had something, we did this test in school if I remember. So let's say we had, let's call this x to the 5th. And this might have been the question I gave on your test. You could rewrite this as x 5 over 6. This is just a reminder of how the rule works. The normal number goes on the top of the fraction, and the root number goes on the bottom of the fraction. Okay, so now these are normal exponents, and they're all multiplied. I could first rewrite them as plus signs. So now I'm going to rewrite all this. So log z plus log x to the 1/3 plus log y to the 1/3. And 1 over 3. So we have that. And then from there, we can move these exponents in front. Regardless of their fraction, we can move the exponent in front. It's still an exponent. So our final answer is going to be log z plus 1/3 log x plus 1/3 log y. What's really important though, in the answer sheet, they show it as divided by 3. That's the same thing as multiplying as 1/3. So if you just want to put 1/3 in front, or you want to put it all over 3, both will be 100% correct, okay? That's kind of a tricky one because that's completely different. Does anyone have any questions on that? Because number 8 is relatively easy comparatively.
No, this is totally like off topic, but are we not gonna have a test at all in 4.3? Because it wasn't on our last test. It's on this test.
Let's see how I make the test, okay?
No, you don't need to put it on. I'm just asking because I don't want to be like.
I haven't drafted the test yet, so I can't give you that answer yet.
Because it said 4.4 to 4.6 on the thing.
I mean, I'll check it out. So I'll check it out. I'll be correct if I made a mistake. If not, then you didn't hear anything, okay?
You don't trust me. You don't have to put it on.
Okay, I know.
Okay.
All right. Any questions about the homework? We still have 8 though, so I'll finish it off.
Would they all also be log 3?
Yes, they should. The
Okay.
whole time you should be writing the little 3. On your test,
Wait.
I think I'm just going to give you log or ln, so you don't have to keep writing the little number.
I thought we just did 8.
Yeah, we did 8.
We didn't do 10.
I'm sorry, that was 9, and then we're going to do 10. Thank you. So this is log a to the 3rd divided by b to the 3rd. And base 5. I'll write the base first. Am I reading that right? Okay, so funny enough, 9 is a much harder question compared to 10, but whatever. We'll just go on with it. So a and b are 2 different terms, so let's separate it. This time there's the division, so we're going to subtract between the 2 logs. So log base 3, a to the 3rd, minus log base 3, b to the 3rd. So that's a 3 here, and that's a 3 here. Okay. Then we have our exponents. We move them to the front of the row. So our final answer should be 3 log A base 3A minus 3 log base 3B. If you are following along, it'd be pretty useful to take a picture of your work and submit it right now so you don't have to think about anything till Thursday. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer. And if you just want to talk, I'm also happy to help.
I forgot to write 1 and 2.
Just write them now then. Use it as practice then.
Okay.
Thanks, Mr. Tobo.
Hey, no problem.
Thank you.
Hey, no problem.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good
Hey,
day.
no problem, no problem. All right, I hope this helped and use this to your advantage.